Going on YouTube, Pokemon Masterclass, Gym Leader Justin here. We're going to be showing off some gameplay footage. Today is a double feature with the newest defender in Pokemon Unite, Mamoswine. Buckle up, classes in session.
Who's a good pig?
So Mamoswine has been out for a couple of weeks. We've been playing him on and off. We've got this footage just from the other night. We had a couple of PMC members on. I'm going to be playing the Mamoswine in these games. Right here, I'm going to be going top lane with the Pikachu. We're just going to be farming up here. So I personally like Swinub a lot in lane, especially compared to like other late game evolutions. This guy evolves at level 6 and 10 like Gardevoir and Garchomp. But unlike Gible, this dude has some really good range poke. First of all, his tackle's really long range. He can get over walls. And then he's got the really long poke with the Ice Shard. And if you hit all three, it's actually a lot of damage, and it'll stun. So we're just farming up here. Trying to get as much benefit as we can early game. Get the Pikachu fed. We've got Doug in the jungle, I believe, this game. And then Brandon, I think, is bot lane, if I'm not mistaken. He might be our Gardevoir for this game. So we're basically just kind of trading back and forth. Gible does a good job, or excuse me, the Swinub does a good job of trading in lane. He's got a lot of agency in lane. He's pretty tanky. The more he fights, his passive will stack up. Right there, I missed my tackle, unfortunately. Still just trying to shoot over the wall with the Ice Shard. It's okay. We're getting the dunks in, both from me and the Jungle Bird. And that's Doug coming in for a nice gank early on once he got the Fletchinder. So, they're doing some decent pressure bot lane, too. Like, Brandon's calling out that they're having a good time. They're just kind of going back and forth, trading, farming. Me and the Pikachu are doing a good job of kind of farming up here. The Zeraora jumps in, tries to get the Pika, but he gets out. He gets alive. So the important thing with Swinub early is to make sure that you're staying up on farm, like with every poke, but especially, like, he can poke and he can kind of duel. So like right here, I'm taking a fight a little bit early. The Pikachu's not really with me. Sort of a bad spot for me, especially when you're playing with Randy's online. And I do end up getting out because of the tackle coming back up, and I just end up just scooting out of there. And because the Pikachu does end up staying in with the fight and helping, we end up turning around and get a double kill, which is really important. So it was a little bit of an over-aggression on my part, but because the partner, you know, I kind of read, okay, he's still in here, I can still poke and go back in. That's exactly what we do here, and now I evolved to Piloswine, which is huge. So it's a big damage spike, it's a big tank spike too, being able to evolve and get some extra HP, and now we have Icicle Crash. Now you can see right there, there is the ice path, so we have extra movement. Boom, Doug's going to be able to come in here. We clean up a double kill. Really nice. So I'm rotating bot while Doug scores. I don't have any points, so I'm just straight up scoot, going down bot lane. And pick this up real quick with the Corphish, but we're going to get ready for the Dread. Obviously, as you see on your screen, 5 seconds left. So I just want to make sure that I was there in time. So I didn't need to stay top, so I just, you know, left early. And, you know, Doug's going to come in behind us, as you can see from there. Boom, on Lucario. There we go. We pick up a nice, easy kill. Our Bird has 20. Gardevoir has 15. I've got 9. We've got a couple of points here, but then we look over and the Eldegoss is 27. So it's that and the Dreadnought. Those are kind of the two things that we're calling in the team comms for this one, is that we want to make sure that the Eldegoss can't get any points in, and we want to make sure that we capture the Dreadnought. So you can see that basically Doug's just saying, look, I can take this Dread from where we're at, and we're just kind of bullying them in the lane so that way they can't really get down to the Dread past that bush. And now we take the team fight and we just clean house. Absolutely destroy everything. We take all the points bot. We dunk every major pocket change that we have, and now me and Brandon are scooting top lane. That's the call. The Zeraora does have the Rotom. He scored a couple of points. Pikachu's on his way. Doug, myself, and Brandon are scooting up here. as a trio, trying to capture this guy. Boom! Here we come in. I wasn't sure if he's going to try to jump again or not, or if he's going to try to kite back. So I wanted to make sure that I covered, and then I just land the ice on his head, and he gets the freeze anyways. And here, unfortunately, the enemy Pylo gets caught while the Venu flashes my Earthquake. And we do get just a massive amount of points dunking in there as well. So you can see the CC is really, really strong for Swinub and Mamoswine, but his cooldowns are a bit... like, they're definitely long. Like, you definitely feel the fact that it's like, I'm waiting on cooldowns. And also, everything kind of has a lag. Like, you see right there, the jump, it's just... I wish that it just kind of, you know, was a little faster. Maybe like Heavy Slam with Snorlax. You definitely feel the difference here. Like, everything has some startup lag, regardless of what you do. So I catch him on the outside there, and then I just land an Ice Chunk on his head. And I'm like, alright, we've got 4 here, 5 here. Here we go. The enemy team also has 5, but we just took out the Venus. So we have a little bit of numbers advantage, and I just evolved to Mammo, so I'm going to pop my ulti here, which is a jump, and then I stampede around. Drop some ice right here, and this is important. I jump all the way back to the base, so I can get some health, both of the citrus berries, and now I'm going to come right back down. The Dreadnought spawning right this second, so we haven't lost anything yet. We're actually in a really good spot. So because I evolved there, and because I'm running Buddy Barrier, obviously, we are all able to get the shields and able to win that fight. It's super crucial to actually get to steal that and get the, because we got the kill on the Venu. That was the experience we needed to give us the Mammo. So right here, we overextend a little bit. I'm just trying to help the Garchomp out because he's evolved, and I'm like, oh my gosh, hey guys, we actually took the thing. So the Dreadnought. So I was like, yeah, just turn up here for the fight. We're ready to go. The Garchomp and myself did a lot more than we thought we would. So we actually turned out in a really good spot. We're kind of getting a little bit lucky in this one, and we're feeling really good going into this late game. We're feeling great. We've been working well together as a team. We jump in here with the Gardevoir ulti, and we just dunk 2 of them easily. So right here, their Zeraora and their Venu is trying to pick a fight, but with Brandon and myself here, we just have too much damage, and then Doug just comes soaring in from the side, and boom! Takes up 2 easily. And then Lucario tries to fight us, but I land right on his head with both the EQ and the Icicle Crash, so just layering that CC perfectly, so he literally can't move for... Oh, and Brandon also had the Moonblast, so the triple CC there, like, he can't move for so many seconds, and we just chunk his whole health bar down to 0. And right there, boom! The enemy team surrenders. They kind of knew it was going downhill for them real quickly. We started to just rotate around really well, the 3 of us, and then the Pikachu actually rotated with us as well. And then you see right there, Doug on the PMC Sport Ninja, Doug on the Talonflame ends up getting MVP with a 96, just going crazy, getting crazy good points. GG to everybody. It was a really fun game. So because they surrendered, we actually have another video coming up. Here's the graph. We were just steadily in the lead, and we just never let off the gas. You can see we started scoring very early, and we just kept scoring the whole game. So this next gameplay in here, I think it's from the same night of gaming, and yeah, so we've got the I think there's 4 of us in this game now, if I'm not mistaken. I think David joined us also, so he's on the Venusaur, if I'm not mistaken. Brandon and I are going double tank top lane, and then we are running the Talonflame in the jungle. So this is our, like, sort of our PMC trademark, like, frontline annihilation build as a team comp. So basically you run with the new Venusaur build, is really, really strong with Petal Dance and Giga Drain, and having a dual front line with crazy meat walls and CC. You could do like a Snorlax Blastoise. Right here we're doing Mammo Blastoise. We have it gives us a lot of poke early on in lane. It gives us a lot of like potential stun with a Skull Bash and a Tackle. We're just playing it real safe here. We're just making sure that we farm and we don't overextend. Again, playing that playing the Swinub a little bit passively, just trying to play it almost like you're playing like a range character, even though he's melee. So I don't want to get hit by anything, so I jump over the wall, and I'm like, I can just throw some ice. Brandon's already there, and I dodge the attacks coming in from the enemy here. So we start to take a fight after the bees, and Brandon's almost going to die, and I body block there for the Fury Cutter, and I take the hit for him. He ends up auto-targeting me instead of the Brandon on the Squirtle. So we are going to be going around here. We're calling for Doug. We're like, look, we're not doing bad right here, and we can actually sort of get up here and maybe score. Boom! Cheeky 22. That's why I love Score Shield. I really love this build. And Doug comes up right after the score, and we're going to pick this fight. We actually want to pick the fight. I end up going down. I overextend just a little bit, and my button didn't go off because I was, or excuse me, not my button, my potion. I was CC'd. I couldn't activate it. A little bit of a miscalc on my part, but that's okay. We didn't lose a whole bunch, and I got 22 in. So all in all, like, they didn't get a lot of points from me, just experience, and I got my points in. So, and here you can see Brandon's, because he did not die, he's now War Turtle. So we actually still have a lot of pressure in lane, and it's 35 seconds till Dread. So I'm like, I'm going to take some Core Fish, get a little bit of experience. I'm almost to 6. You can see my experience right there. I'm 5 and a little bit of a pinch away from 6. Boom! I try to go in and steal the bot lane or the bot side of the Core Fish. I was unsuccessful. If I would have gotten that, I would have gotten level 6, and I would have gotten the Pylo, and I would have been able to fight a little bit better. Again, a little bit of a miscalculation for me. Playing a little bit aggro now. Honestly, I'm getting a little bit bored. That's all it was, but that's just how it goes. And I'm just pointing out, like, this is going to be a great video, but I still made mistakes early, and I ended up dying twice in a row. But right here, I'm like, all right, Brandon, no more of this. We're going to pick this guy out. We're going to get a kill here. If not, we're at least going to push him off and get you to score your points. So I go back here, and unfortunately, he gets caught a little bit. I'm like, all right, no problem. Wait for my cooldowns, wait for my cooldowns. Boom! Turn around, and there we go. Look at that. Brandon baited him masterfully. Very, very good. Hook, line, and sinker. We only got 10 points to score on top until it's dead. But, and we actually got the Dreadnought. So I'm like, Doug's calling for it. You know what? Actually, don't come anywhere else. Just stay top. Keep the pressure up. So we're like, okay, no problem. So as you can see, he's farming down bot. And he's like, hey, there's actually 2 bot here. And we're picking a fight top. So up top, you can see that the Surf is going to be pushing them around. There's a lot of HP, a lot of CC. We're dropping so much damage. I drop an ice right on top of the Venusaur's head, and unfortunately the bug is going to pick me up here as David comes in. Just a little bit late. Not his fault, it's just the character's movement speed, you know what I mean? So we end up having him just kind of clear out bees and wait for backup, and he's sort of picking a fight and making sure that he defends against the Crustle with the big scoreboard, right? So now Brandon is going bot. I'm jumping in to help him. I'm taking this Core Fish real quick. And as you can see down here, Brandon and Doug on the bird and the turtle are picking a fight. And I'm coming in here, I'm hovering, and Brandon says, you know what, it's not worth it. They had too many people here. Let's just back off, keep farming, just wait for Mamo. I'm like, okay, no problem. So we're waiting. This is sort of one of those games where you kind of have to wait to pop off. This is sort of one of like the negatives of Mamo as a character. It's just it takes so long to evolve. As you saw early, I died because I couldn't evolve enough, and now like here, I'm still not my Mamoswine. But still, we're engaging the team fight anyways, and you can see I just get melted there. I wasn't able to pop my ulti. That's sort of just what happens with the character. Again, we didn't have a full team fight down there. The Randy on the Eldegoss is just kind of roaming around following the Venusaur, but that's okay. So like now we finally have Mamoswine. We clean up this kill bot lane. This is what we're looking for. It's late into the game. Like it's past the 5-minute mark, but we finally got Mamo, and we finally got some good damage coming out here from our late game build. So right here, we're going to just group up top. we have a full 5-man or bot lane, excuse me. We have a full 5-man squad, and I go straight past the thing because I only have 25, and I'm just gonna pick a fight. Now that I have Unite move, I can pop this here with full shields at the beginning of the fight and absorb the damage that they're trying to throw out with the Zero and the Greninja. And you can see here they're basically doing no damage to us, and we're just shredding them. We have a frontline duo of Blastoise, Mamoswine, and then the giant, massive AoE damage of the Venusaur just blasting through the whole enemy team. So I start to rotate again a little bit early. Brandon's coming up right behind me, and we're just setting up for the Zapdos fight. So the Zeraora ends up jumping in behind us. We're kind of just a little clustered. We're setting up here. You can see on the other side of the fight, the enemies are trying to pick a fight with us, and I'm trying to get up to my bird and where Blastoise is. So we don't really want to fight there, so we're honestly just kind of baiting them around, and we're just kind of running around the fight. Boom! And now we pinch them off in that perfect choke point there. And Brandon and I, see, what happened is they chased too far, and we pinned them against the wall in that choke point and just obliterated them. And so the Rotom is up, but we don't necessarily care. Doug is kind of picking a fight with the Greninja, and all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? Because he's bot, let's just go up there and make sure that they can't get the Rotom at least. Let's defend it because the Crustle's up there. So Brandon, myself, and the Randy Eldegoss get up here, and we do try to take out the Crustle. Boom, and then the Venu comes up and helps us, and then the enemy Venu walks into a 1v4 and just gets obliterated, just melted. 1v4. And we're going to pick up all these stray points, making sure we can dunk as many as we can now, walking in the Rotom, because we see that there's 2 bot. Doug's calling, hey, there's 2, just walk it in, make sure you get your points. Right there. Honestly, we should have waited just a second to get our points in, so that way we could get the double, but we were, obviously the Venu was right there, and we wanted to get our points in rather than not at all. So we ended up dunking just a few seconds beforehand. He does stop our backs with the Sludge Bomb, but again, it's Brandon and myself, 2v1, and we just slam them against a wall and CC chain, and that's more than enough CC chain for us to just get our damage off, even though we're tanks. So I jump in and I slam the ice right on top of his head, getting the kill there, and now you can see that the I also go for the Unite move, picking up the kill on the Venu, getting a double kill there. Our Venusaur picks up the kill on the Crustle, we chase him off, and now we got a pure 5-man Zapdos. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We're going to pick this up. The Charizard is scoring in our base, but we're like, you know what? We just picked up the Zap. Let's just go make sure that we get all 3. Go top, go mid, go bot. I'm going to jump in here. Boom! We just got to touch this. This is the most broken mechanic in the game, the insta-scoring. And now I'm just going to kind of play back here, throw ice chunks, wait for my chance to jump in. I finally get a good chance to jump in. Brandon lands amazing surf across like 3 members of their team, and we're honestly just holding them off now to make sure everybody gets their dunks in. So now the call is just make sure you don't die, go back to base and defend for the last 40 seconds, make sure they don't get any more points in, and the game is secured. We just kind of shake our hands of it, and that's basically how it goes. So overall, our thoughts on Mamo, he is fun. Like, he got a lot of fun mechanics in his kit here. It's just the delay is just a bit too long. He's a bit, he feels like a super heavy in Super Smash Bros. Where just, you definitely feel like the animation lag of your, super slow, clunky moves. He doesn't feel as fluid as somebody like Blastoise or even Snorlax. I feel like Snorlax does the job better in terms of like Earthquake, the knock-up kind of thing, versus like the Earthquake sucking him in, or Heavy Slam versus Earthquake. We do end up picking up the win here. We kind of secured it. If you're watching the minimap, you kind of knew that. But really good game here, and we do end up picking up the MVP on the Pig.
Who's a good pig? Who's a good pig?
Really, really happy to see this. His damage is not insanely strong. He is pretty tanky, especially later on, especially with once you can get your ultimate and get your buddy barrier, he can live a lot. He pairs really well with Blissey. Being able to heal this build would be really strong with a Blissey in the back instead of an Eldegoss. Other than that, we hope you really enjoy. Class is dismissed.